Let's start a new section. If you notice, it says 2.2 at the top. So our objective on the whiteboard, far right, says that students will be able to recall all prior knowledge of writing linear equations in slope-intercept form as measured by today's notes. So as we're working today, you may find like, oh yeah, I remember this from last year. Everything we're doing today is a refresher from last year. We're taking one day to remember our solving and graphing and writing skills. So for number one, it says, find the y-intercept and slope for each of the given graphs and write the linear equation. Let's remind ourselves how to count slope. What ordered pairs do you want to start at for number one? 4, 1 is not on the line. Try again. We could start at 0, 0. I think he was thinking 1, 4. All right, if we start at 0, 0, where do you want to count? How? Tell me how. Up 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope is up 4. And then once you went up 4, now where do you go? Left 1, right 1? Right 1. Right 1. Drawing these little arrows real quick as you're working is a great way to make sure you don't make a sign error by accident. Up 4 is positive or negative? Right 1, positive or negative? Positive. 4 divided by 1? 4. Did it matter what ordered pair we started at? No. Let's prove that to ourselves. We're going to start here and count to here. So how would I count? Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be down 8. I keep doing that. I say down and then I draw up. Down 8. And after you go down 8, then where? Left 2. What is down 8? Negative 8. What's left 2? Negative 2. What does that equal? It still equals 4. Notice, if I count right and my signs are right, it does not matter what points you use. We will simplify. We will always simplify to the same answer. Okay, so M is 4. Where's B? Where's B? Where is this line crossing the y-axis? Yes. B is 0. So now we are going to put this together. Who remembers what slope-intercept form is from last year? Very good. F of x equals mx plus b. Write that in big letters at the top of your paper. It's what today is all about. So if we put all of this together, my equation is going to be f of x equals 4x plus 0. Do we need the plus 0? No. So if you want to write your final answer as f of x equals 4x, that's fine. Adding 0 does nothing to the value of the function, so it's the only time where you technically don't write a b value. We have an invisible 0 there. Great. Go ahead and find m and b for the second graph, please. Decide where you're going to start. Give me a starting point. Give me the ordered pairs. 3, negative 2. I don't think 3, negative 2 is on the graph. Try again. Negative 2, 3. That works. So here's negative 2, 3. And where are we going to count to? Tell me how to count. Down 2. So hold on. Let me write that down. Down 2. And then where? Right 1. What is down 2? And right 1 is a positive 1. And what does this equal? Negative 2. Did someone else count differently? What did you do? Where did you start? Give me the ordered pair where you started. You started right here, okay? This one? So 1, negative 3, and then where did you count to? Tell me what you did. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he went up 6. Up 6, and then where? Left 3. Up 6 is positive or negative? And then left 3, positive or negative? What is 6 divided by negative 3? Still negative 2, right? So that proves that it does not matter where we count from, negative 2, doesn't matter. If our signs are right, our fraction is right, we'll be in good shape. What's b for this graph? How'd you know that? Very good. Yes. And if we put this together for a function, we have f of x equals, careful, -1. Signs are really going to matter because if you told me +1, my line would be intersecting the y-axis up here at +1, okay? So let's talk about effects on the graph. What does effect mean? What's an effect? Like doing your homework affects your grade. How it impacts it. Very good. So here, what's b? For this one on the left, what was b? 0. What effect did that have on the graph? What did that tell you about the line? Give you a hint. Line crosses the y-axis at 0. What was b for graph 2? What was b over here? -1. Look at the graph. How did that affect the line? The line crosses where? Or the line intersects? Yes, the line intersects the y-axis at -1. So b is our y-intercept. It's where the line crosses the y-axis. Now let's talk about the effect of the slope. What was m for graph number 1? 4. How did that affect the graph? What kind of line do you have there? What do you mean by positive? You're on the right track. It is a positive m value. How does that affect the shape of the graph? Yes. What's the math language for going up? Increasing line. Very good. Increasing line. If we compare over here, what was m for graph number 2? -2. So a negative m, look at the kind of line you have. Left to right, what's this line doing? Decreasing. So a negative m value is a decreasing line. Meaning left to right, it's going down. So if you're someone who sometimes gets this backwards, put like a little person on the line, you're walking downhill. Increasing, left to right, what's the graph doing? Going up. And again, left to right, if you put a person on the line, they should be walking uphill. Go ahead and try 3 and 4 on your own, and then we're going to get started with today's practice. 3 and 4 on the back. Let's go, let's go. 3 and 4. How are we going to count? Can someone share with me how they counted for number 3? Lucas? Which point did you start at? 3. That's the x value. Keep going. 3, -1. Okay, so from here, where did you count? Tell me how you counted. You went down 3? I'm trying to get to that point up there. So up 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 4. Left 3. Left 1, 2, 3. So up 4 would be positive or negative? Positive. Left 3? So negative 4/3. Now, who started at this point? Anybody start up here? So let's see, we should get the same answer, right? From here, how would you count? Down 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 4. Right 3. Does that get us the same result? Down is negative, right is positive. I get negative 4/3 again. Okay, good. What's B? 3? Good job with 3. That's where the line crosses the y-axis. If we put this together, my function f of x equals, careful, negative 4/3 x plus 3. F of x equals negative 4/3 x plus 3. Go ahead and work on the effect of B and M, please. Writing is learning. Okay, so as you write that sentence, really think about what you're saying about B, what you're saying about M. Does our language match? Are we close? Who's just about the same with me? Maybe a couple different words, but the idea is there. Good. We'll try again for compare. If I have something you don't, go ahead and just add it. And then we'll try again on our last one. So coming up to our 4th graph, let's again, the process doesn't change. What's M, what's B, what's the function? Anyone start counting yet for number 4? Can you tell me what you're doing? Right? What ordered pair are you starting at? Oh, you both are starting here. Okay, so negative 3, 0, and then how do I count? Up 1. Up 1. Right 3. So up 1 is positive or negative? And then right 3? What if I tried getting from, did anybody go from this point to the farthest one? I would, right? Because see, Emmanuel, what'd you do? You counted up how many? Up 2, and then you went right how many? So up 2, right 6, those are both positives. Can you reduce 2 6 to what? 1/3. So it still worked out. Good. What's B?
1.
Yes.
1.
So now if we put our two pieces of information together, f of x equals 1/3 x plus 1. Fantastic. Work on the effect of B and M, please. M and B, what does it do to the graph? Get the language on the paper. It's not even it's like half a sentence. Go ahead and work on it. What does B do? What does M do in this line? Do we match? Who matches? Awesome. Now, the question is not here, but I want to add it. Which line is steeper? How would you figure that out? Does sign matter? So if you want to make yourself a little note, ignore positive or negative. Just look at what? The numbers. So if I ignore positive and negative, what do I have for this line? 4/3. Can somebody get me the decimal of that? What is 4 divided by 3? 1.33, and it keeps going? Ignoring the fact that this is positive, just give me the number. 1/3. What does that equal as a decimal? 2 feet. Which is bigger? The left or the right? Bigger number. Steeper. So remember that positive and negative just affects if the graph opens up or down. I mean, not opens up. Increases or decreases, excuse me, I was thinking of a different function. So positive and negative just affects increasing and decreasing. Very good. So keep this warm up on your desk. You're going to use it. Yes, I'll show you after. Kind of. We're going to do half notes, and then the rest of the class, you time to practice. So as soon as you get this, start looking at the first one. As soon as you get this, start working on the first one. The directions are very clear to what make sure you actually state. M equals, B equals. You do need something to use as a straight edge. So if you have your ID, take it out. If you do not have an ID, go to that back stack of scrap paper, and you're going to fold it in 4s, and that makes a nice straight edge. Or if you have a little ruler, whatever you need. But if you don't have your ID, go get a piece of paper. Because we're not going to have any squiggly straight lines. We're going to have nice, crisp lines. Do you need a piece of paper? Do you need one? Do you have your ID? Let's take it out. ID is perfect. It's nice and small, makes nice straight lines. Hmm? I don't know. It's a good question. Okay, so I'm going to plan on doing maybe 6 of these, and the rest of the class you'll be working on it. Let's look at number 1. The directions say identify M and B in graph, determine domain and range. So let's start off with M and B. What's M? 3. But you really have to remember that slope is always a fraction. It is 3 divided by 1. So what is this as a set of directions? Up 3, right 1. It takes half of a second to put those arrows. Please do that. It will really help you out. So a slope of 3 means up 3, right 1. And then what's B? Yes. Very good. How am I going to graph this? What do I need to do first? Start at 6. Very good. So I go to 6 on the y-axis. And now how am I going to count? Up, 1, 2, 3, right 1. If I can't go up 3, right 1 again, I can come back here and do what? Yes, down. 1, 2, 3, left 1. As a class rule or procedure, we're always going to get 3 points to graph a line if we can. Technically, you need 2. 3 is nice. And then take your straight edge. Yes, you did this last year. There's nothing Algebra 2 about this. This is purely an Algebra 1 refresher right now. But I know it's been about a year since you've really graphed lines, which is why we're taking one day to bring it all back. For this to be aligned, what do I have to have at each end? Good. What's the domain of this function? Coming from the left, arrow. Coming from the right, arrow. Yes, all real numbers or negative infinity to infinity, whatever you like to write. How about the range? Come in from the bottom, what do you hit? Arrow. Come in from the top. Arrow. So what's the range? Yes. Negative infinity to infinity or all real numbers. Work on number 2 on your own. What is M? What is B? No, good question. That negative belongs only to the 3 or only to the 4. You only have one negative value there, either the 3 or the 4. Say that again? Good question. So let me just write B as -1. So we're going to plot our B value first. Her question was, how do you know if you should count to the left or the right? It's totally up to you. The way that this is written would mean going to the right. So down, 1, 2, 3, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. But just as easily as I did this, I could have come back here, and instead of going down 3, right 4, I could have gone up, 1, 2, 3, left, 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting points in this direction is what it would mean to put the negative in the denominator, right? Check this out. What does this mean as directions? Up 3, left 4. Is that what you just did to get that ordered pair? Yes. So when I have a negative slope, the negative either belongs to the 3 or the 4, not both. Let's graph our line using our straight edge, nice and neat. What's my domain? Yes. Range? Good. Let's do a quick yes. Because for linear functions, we remember back to last unit, we talked how there's no restriction. A restriction? A restriction would happen if we actually put a limit and we said x can only be greater than or equal to -8. It's not going to be in this equation. So for every single linear function on this page, domain will be all real numbers and range will be all real numbers. I'll show you after. I know what you're asking me. I'll show you an example. Okay, let's do a quick check. Should this be an increasing line, and how do you know? My slope is positive, so yes, I should have an increasing line. What's the slope here? So I should have a decreasing line. That's the fastest check you can do mentally to make sure you didn't graph the slope backwards. So sometimes when people show me a graph and right away it's like, oh, no, something's wrong. I'm like, how did you know so fast? It's because I see a negative slope and then guess what I see on the graph? An increasing line. Can that happen? No, so something is wrong. Do a quick check. All right, we're just going to set up number 3. What's M for number 3? Careful. Careful. -1. We have an invisible -1 right there. What would that be as a set of directions? Down 1. Down 1. Right 1. Down 1, right 1. And then what's B? 5. The graph, I trust you can finish. Let's go over to the next page. This is where the fun really begins, because what do we not have yet? What do we not have yet in number 5? It is not in slope-intercept form, but we have mad skills. We can do this. Okay, so you're on the right track. I'm going to ask that even if it's not your typical practice, please draw lines on your equal signs for solving. It'll really help us to see what's on what side and what's on the other side. So pay attention to the side where y is. Is y on the left side or the right side?
Left side.
Over here. So we don't care about the 9 right now. Don't even look at it. What can you move using addition or subtraction? Yes. We're going to add 4x plus 4x. Now, it's super important that you remember to write the x. Because if you don't write the x and you just write 9 plus 4, what are you going to say that is?
13.
Yes, and it's definitely not 13. Because now that we have it written correctly here, are 9 and 4x like terms? No, no, no. What are you going to write for your answer? Y equals 4x plus 9, and we're done. There's my function. What two pieces of information can you pull from this? M equals 4, good. No x when we're stating m, just 4. What set of directions is 4? What does that mean to do? Up 4. Right 1. And what's b? 9. So we'll plot, what are we going to plot first? 9 where? On the y-axis. And from here, I want to count up. Oh, that's a problem. Can you count up 4? No. So right away, we know we're going to go down, 1, 2, 3, 4, left. So really think before you do that. You have to think of the exact opposite. What is the opposite of up and right? What is the opposite of up and right? Down and left. So I can do it again. Down, 1, 2, 3, 4, left 1. I have my 3 points. Let's draw our line. What's that other mental check we said we could do to make sure we did this right? Look at the slope. What is this kind of slope? Positive. Do I have an increasing line? Check. We're good. Let's work on 6. Which side of this equation should I be paying attention to?
The y side.
Why the right side? Because that's where y is. Y is over here. What can we move out of this side? Is it a 9? 9x. How do we move with math a positive 9x? Yes. Minus 9x. Minus 9x. What's that going to get me? And typically we start with y equals, so maybe just to help us out, we'll just rewrite it. Very good. What two pieces of information can we pull out? 9 is what? Is m 9? Careful. Negative 9. And b? 8. Directions for negative 9. Down 9. Yes. So draw your arrows. Down 9, right 1. Down 9, right 1. Down 9, right 1. And let's graph. Sign it out in your agenda. Down 9, right 1. What are you going to graph first? 8, where? Yes. And from here, how are we going to count? Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right 1. Can we fit one more point? Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right 1. It's a very steep line. Use your straight edge, nice and neat. What mental check can I do? Slope is negative, so I should have what kind of line? Yes, very good. Everybody work on number 7, please. Number 7 adds a little something that we haven't done yet. See if you can catch it. What's going to move first for number 7? How do you move a positive 3x? Subtract. Minus 3x. Minus 3x. Good. What's left on the left side? What's there? A negative y. Good. Negative y equals? Yes. Are you done? No, no, no. Because what's in front of y right now? A negative 1. So how are you going to take care of that? What are you going to do? Divide by negative 1. Now, I want us to all have a practice of showing dividing each piece by negative 1, and the reason why we'll talk about in a minute. But show dividing each piece. So now my final answer is y equals 3x minus 1. Yes. You could multiply through by negative 1. I would say go the division route, and I'll explain why in a second. I'll come back to your question. From here, I know that you know m is 3, b is negative 1. I'm going to leave that graph to you. I want to fit in, you guys want to work on 8, 9, or 10? Novo? Okay, I picked 10. What are we going to do for 10? Yes, and the reason she knew to pay attention to that side is because this side is where y is. So we are going to add 6 to both sides. Are these like terms? No, so tell me what's to right. Good, equals, what am I going to do now to each of these pieces? Divide by 6, divide by 6, divide by 6. Now coming back to her question about could you have multiplied through by negative 1? Here, if you were going to go with multiplication, you'd have to multiply everything by 1/6. So I'd recommend it's a little more of a direct approach, just go ahead with the division side of it instead of multiplication. So my answer, y equals, is 42 divisible by 6? Yes, what do you get? 7. So y equals 7x plus 1, and you're done. And again, if you like seeing it in this order better, I kind of agree we're more used to that. I would go ahead and just finally write it like so. What's m? And what's b? 2 more, and then you're on your own. I believe 13 and 14. Go look at 13 and 14. Yes. Yes, 13 and 14. Let's look at 13 first. We are experts now. At what side of this equation should I look at? Left or the right? So left side because why? That's where y is. Do you see something on the left side we could move over first? Is there something I could use addition or subtraction to move? Julio, what can I move? I'm asking on this side of the equation, is there something I could add or subtract? What? So I'm trying to get this negative 2y by itself. So how would I use math to get rid of this positive 3x? What's the opposite of a positive 3x? Yeah, I'm going to subtract 3x. I would say why it took him that long to answer, but I don't know if he really wants me to say that out loud. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. Very good. Now what's left on the left side? What remains on this side? Yep. And what do we have over here? Negative 3x minus 8. Are we done? No. What do we need to do? Divide by negative 2. Divide each piece by negative 2. What does y equal? Is 3 divisible by 2? No. But we love fractions for slope. Leave it alone. 3 halves. Why am I saying that this is positive? Yes, because we have a negative divided by negative is a positive, and then it's going to be 3/2 x plus 4. And remember, fractions are great for slope. What would this be as a set of directions? 3/2. Well, how would you count? Up 3, right 2. Very good. One more. 14. Someone I have not heard from yet. Help me out. What am I going to do first for 14? What moves first for 14? Yes. Because I see I have 4y right here. I can move this over by doing what? What operation again? Why are we going to subtract it? Subtract x. Subtract x. Go ahead and sign it out in your agenda, and I'll sign it. So what's remaining on the left side? 4y. What do we have on the right side? Negative x plus 8. There's nothing wrong with writing 8 minus x, but if you keep in mind we're working towards mx plus b, it's nice to kind of rearrange it right now. What's my last step? By? Divide by? 4. So let's see the result. This is important. We're going to get y equals, try again. We're going to get a fraction. No, wait, I know somebody will see it soon. You're going to remember this from last year. What invisible number is in front of the x? So it's 1 divided by 4. Negative 1/4 x. Excuse me, I'm not sure about that. Maybe I have to go that way. Really pay attention. From all my years of teaching Algebra 1 and even Algebra 2, this is still one of the biggest mistakes people make, is that they do not realize that this is a negative 1/4 x. So really pay attention to that. And then I'm going to finish this off, negative 1/4 x plus 2. And again, fractions are great for slope. What set of directions is this? Down 1, right 4. So you have the rest of class to work on this either by yourself or with a partner. Go ahead and get started. I'll be around to answer questions. And again, this will be online later today for anybody who would like to watch it again, right? Nice job. Today is our only day on our skills refresher of graphing and writing. Tomorrow we move on to another refresher, and then we start our real world. So really take advantage of this time to practice this Algebra 1 skill. Well done today.